Y'all, oh, today has been a good day. I got up, did my normal routine, but actually got out of the house for a while. Went to the school, hung out. Uh, Definitely glad to be in a new course of life. Everybody's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." Look, I ain't did nothing all summer, nothing. But it was exciting. It was refreshing. It's like to be able to go in and not feel stressed and whatever else because you don't have to worry about too much of nothing, and just understanding like this is a time of change and elevation. And one of the assistant principals who was there, well, she's still there, but this was her last day, and seeing like the well, tomorrow's her last day actually, but she announced it to the kids that tomorrow's her last day, and seeing her being just as diligent and busy as always, and seeing the kids have a lot of adoration for her. Like, she's been with these kids sixth grade, seventh grade, not in eighth grade, and she's like, I'm leaving, and they're like, mama, auntie, like all these other things, because you become family ultimately. And some of the kids who even came to me was like, I was supposed to have you this year. I thought that was so sweet. But that's not really why I came on here. I actually left there, went, maybe like a 20, almost 30-minute drive to another little town, and look, to get me something to eat, some groceries. But while I was just out and about, it's like 3 o'clock, y'all, on a Thursday. But just being out and about, it's just something about it. Like, the energy is different when you're in different spaces. It helps to bring some realization, at least for myself, that like where you are, your environment plays a major part in how you feel, what you do, what you aspire to do, and who you aspire to be. I very much am excited and glad that I got out of the house today. Very much excited I got to go, dibble dabble in my past, I guess you'd say, kind of sort of like, not my past, but dibble dabble at my old job, and to go out and, just walk and grab something to eat and just kind of be free. And one of the things, like, I was thinking about earlier this week was, and this is a question I want to pose to y'all, is what would you do with your freedom? Like, so often we sit down and we're like, well, I can't do this because I got X, Y, and Z happening, or I need to do this, bills, the kids, all these other things. And, yes, I do think it's very important that you take care of your responsibilities. But if you could do just a day of whatever you want, like, what would you do with that day? What would you do at the time? How would you dedicate the day? If you could schedule it out, your favorite day, right? Or a adventurous day, what would it entail? And I think it's important to think about things like that so you can start actually planning it out. I think sometimes we get so caught up in our everyday life and experiences that we don't take time out to really check in with ourselves and validate where we are in life, and understand, like, kind of just exit out of the mundane every now and again, and understand that there are other options. And sometimes, like what I usually tell people is, you're going to suffer one way or the other, but I rather suffer and be doing the things that I love, and do some things that bring me happiness, and allow me to explore myself in a better way, a deeper way, and build more connection with myself, and expand my abilities, than to suffer and practically be the opposite, right? Be in a place, in a situation where things just aren't flowing. It's just not peaceful, whatever it may be. And all those things are important. I think it's a great experience to have. I think it's a great experiment to do in order for you to see and to make some adjustments. I had one of my clients who we had a conversation, And he was kind of like, I would have a chef, and I would, or get food delivered, or I would do this and go work out and do this and do that. I want a personal trainer. And I was like, so what's stopping you? And he was like, man, it's just expensive, da 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 da. And I was like, okay, well, how much is a personal trainer? And do you want it one-on-one, or would you mind having a personal trainer being in a group? How much does that, how much does it cost? What does it look like? Who would you want to be your personal trainer? And he couldn't answer those questions. And I was just like, I think that's a starting place. Like, you have to, I was like, instead of trying to make it so aloof, like you can never get to it, you can never touch it, it can never be, if you just take a moment out and just actually plan for it to see what it would actually cost, not just that it's arbitrary, this random number, but actually have like, okay, for a month of personal training, it would cost this much, and I would work out with this person 2 days out of the week for 1 hour, or whatever it is. Like, what's the numbers, so that it can become more real and you can have a grasp on it. And I was like, okay, well, maybe you can't. I was like, go and check out the price of a personal chef and see what it's like. How much does it cost? And maybe you can't afford that at the time, at this moment, but how much is it to get food delivered where they're bringing you your meals already cooked? They doing the meal prep for you, whatever else. Like, that's still that. How many meals do you want to be cooked for you? Can you do breakfast on your own? Do you skip breakfast? Do you just want them to deliver lunch and dinner? I think all of these things are important so that you can see realistic numbers and then know how to maneuver and plan for what it is that you want. But if you're leaving things so obscure, it's going to always look as though you can never get it, you can never grasp it, when in reality, it's not as bad as it may seem. The numbers, once you look at it, you might be like, dang, I can actually afford this. Maybe if I cut out this one thing, maybe if I cut out drinking, or maybe if I cut out gambling, or maybe if I, decide to do, I don't know, like Netflix and Hulu or whatever else, whatever other media, that they have. If I cut these 2 or 3 things out, then I can definitely do what I want to do. And maybe you don't have to cut out anything, but these were all the things that we were discussing a few weeks ago. And I just think that it's something that people should do. If it's that next level, if it's something you want to do to get to that next level, you have to be able to write it down, plan it out, put numbers to it, and be very specific. And I do that too. I have in my program where we do some journaling prompts, and I did one that was where I planned out my day. If I could have all the things that I wanted, what would my day look like? I would wake up at this time, I would work out, I would have the chef cooking this meal, I would work for this many hours in my home, doing X, Y, and Z. After these couple of hours, then I would, eat lunch with my love, or, have the kids over and we would do X, Y, and Z. And after that, we would just hang out, or whatever it is that is planned. I did that for I think I had, I don't think I only did 2 days, but I think what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to plan out a week worth of things to do. Because I think that's necessary at this point. But I'm glad that I did it, because as my life has been transitioning, there's some things that I do not have, like a chef for one, okay? And I haven't really been working out either. But I did notice that my life isn't that far away from, as things have been transitioning, as I stated, my life isn't that far away from what it is that I desire, what it is that I hope for. So I was like, all I have to do now at this point is, get the income coming in where I can hire a chef. And, I don't have a gym at my home, but, well, not necessarily. I got some things I can do to work out. But I was like, I can get a gym membership for now, until that part of my life starts to readjust and I actually have everything that I want. But right now, I just need to train myself in getting up to go and stretch and work out and prepare myself for this next phase of life that's going to be even more abundant than where I already am. So the tools that I suggest I also use as always. I'm a student of my own work, the teacher and the student. Because when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You are your own teacher. But yeah, y'all, I don't know. Today has been a wonderful day. My phone is about to die. I'm almost where I need to be so I can plug it up. But today was really good. Now I'm about to go home. I'm gonna eat lunch. I'm so excited. And my lunch was free, y'all. That's what happened. Listen, y'all, sometimes y'all need to sign up for these points because sometimes you may not want to spend the cash that you got, or you may not have it sometimes. And sometimes when you got them points that are set up and collected, when you did have what you needed, them points come in good handy. Look, handy dandy. But yeah, I'm about to go eat, and it's like I said, it's 3 something, so I might take me a nap. I don't know, but if not, I'm definitely gonna still do about like an hour of studying, 30 minutes of studying, and probably like 30 minutes of actual work. I got some blogs that I need to write and edit, so that part and put together. I do need to start on this book as well, or at least work on one of the books I already started. I got a whole bunch of stuff that I have not completed, so I think I'll dedicate about 30 minutes or so to that as well. Yeah, and I think that'll be a couple of checks off my list, and I'm good. Look, everything I got to be done in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day, and this new life ain't either, but it's definitely one day at a time of progressive changes, small changes. A step is a step. But all right, y'all, I love y'all. It's your girl Jamekia. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. Answer the question: what would you do with your freedom? What are you doing with your life? So if you were if I able to plan a day, write your day down. Look, maybe it's something I can do. Give me some ideas. But all right, y'all, I love y'all. Bye.